Well, let's travel over to America now and let's speak to the host of the Politics People podcast, Paul Duddridge. Paul Duddridge, right, what's been going on in the States? We've got President Trump, who was found in contempt of court. He was fined $9,000 for violating a gag order.
Yeah, happy Cinco de Mayo from Los Angeles, by the way. Yes, Donald Trump, finally, he bent the knee to the judicial process this week. The judge, in a little separate side hearing about his behaviour and conduct during this New York trial, was complaining about Donald Trump posting on Truth Social stuff about witnesses, stuff about evidence, and basically campaigning. And he was told to take it down, and he didn't take it down. And so this week he got fined $9,000 for contempt of court, and he's finally taken down the offending truths or tweets or X's or whatever we call them now. So yes, he finally, they will do anything to stop this man speaking. It's absolutely amazing. It's not enough that he's in court every day for 8 weeks. He's now not even allowed to post anything on Truth Social.
How is
to campaign. And yet, and yet he's even further ahead in the polls now than he was. He's like 12 points ahead in some opinion polls from Joe Biden. So it's whatever they're trying to do is backfiring on a popularity scale. But yes, he's finally had to. And there was talk, I have to say, he was fined $9,000. There was talk of imprisoning him instead. That was actually a possibility, being imprisoned for contempt of court. Quite extraordinary.
What's going on with his hair, though? It's sort of square at the back these days. What about a potential running... His hair looks incredible. But what about this potential running mate for Trump, Kristi Noem? Talk to me about what happened there.
This is amazing. This is amazing, right? Okay, I'm MAGA till I die, etc. And I love MAGA and etc. etc. But they do shoot themselves almost literally in the foot sometimes. Kristi Noem, governor of South Dakota, she was the shoe-in, the most likely candidate to be the vice presidential running mate for Donald Trump. She's fantastic. She's on message, supportive of Trump. So she released like her autobiography just in the last few weeks, kind of like, setting out her stall for why she is a great VP candidate and why she'd be good for the country. And in that book, she included a story about, I'm so ready for business that one time I shot my dog because it was untrainable. So, and then, to make matters even worse, she named the dog, so now America knows that she shot a puppy, a 14-month-old puppy, because it was untrainable. And the dog's name is Cricket.
Did she kill it?
She killed it, yeah. She killed the dog.
Oh, that's awful.
But this didn't creep out by investigative journalism. She put it in the book, thinking that maybe, I don't know, the undecided will come and follow her. It's extraordinary. And like I said, I'm MAGA, but I couldn't believe. And this is what they keep doing. This is what MAGA keeps doing. It's like they think that they're campaigning, but they just say these terrible things sometimes, and it just makes them unelectable. But yeah, Kristi Noem, take her. If you had her on the office sweep for VP running mate, you can forget that now. She is now not going to be the VP running mate. And she was the leading. I had a dog called Cricket that was untrainable, so I took it to a ditch and shot it. It's just like...
no, she can't do that. Awful woman. No, she can't go. She can't run it. She murdered it. Basically, she's admitted to murdering a dog. It's awful. Awful woman. No, she can't run. I'm glad that she's not doing that. What about Joe Biden? What is happening with Joe Biden? Because President Trump, he's leading, I think, in the latest polls.
Yes, I think nap time is probably what's happening if we're talking right about now. It's happening with Joe Biden. Yeah, look, campaigning-wise, it's interesting, actually, and this might not cross the Atlantic so much, but the late-night hosts, there was a big article this week about late-night hosts have kind of deliberately decided never to rail on Joe Biden, and they're not going to mock him or criticize him because they see their job as upholding democracy, which is a phrase that's been bandied around with these your local elections this week. And so he's getting a very, very soft ride from the media when actually the students, there was one of these rallies this week that we were talking about, these student rallies at Columbia or every university. Both sides were saying expletive deleted Joe Biden, the pro-Israel side and the pro-Palestine side. So yeah, he's toast, unpopular all over.
He's not going to get anywhere at all, is he, Paul? Listen, Paul, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining me. That's Paul Duddridge, host of the Politics People podcast.